Hello and welcome back. So in this video, we will start with knowing what someone's taxable income is, and we'll figure out exactly how much they have to pay in taxes. And I have to admit, this is something that a lot of people get wrong because they don't understand how the tax brackets work. So now I want to come over here and I want to look at so the information that you'll be shown in in one of these questions. We'll have this big table over here, and it will say the tax rate and what category of taxes this is. So for instance, in this question, we have someone who's the head of a household. In the table, we'll have to find the head of a household column, and this will show where their tax brackets are. So this says that the tax rate is 15%, so they'll be taxed on 15% of their taxable income, up to $13,350. All these should have dollar signs in there, but I was too lazy to write all of them down. They'll be taxed at a rate of 18%, up to $50,800, and 25% up to $131,200. The way this works is you're not going to be taxed at that rate on all of your income. Your income gets broken up into chunks. So for instance, I want to look at this first question. So Paul's the head of a household and he has a taxable income of $100,000. So he earned $100,000 or he earned somewhere around $100,000, and this is after they've taken out all of the exemptions and deductions. So this is just the amount of money that he will be taxed on at the end of the year. And so which tax bracket is $100,000 going to fall into? Well, this is up to $13,000. Well, it's more than that. It's up to $50,000. It's more than that. Up to $131,000. Well, this is the tax bracket that money will fall into. However, not all of the $100,000 will be taxed at 25%. Okay, it's not quite as simple as that. The first $13,000 of it gets taxed at 15%. Then from $13,000 up to $50,000, that amount gets taxed at 18%, and then the rest of it up to $100,000 will be taxed at 25%. So I want to sort of draw a picture, and I'll show you exactly what's happening here. So Paul's money, he had $100,000. But the thing is, up to so the tax brackets here are going to be $13,350, and then up to about $50,000. So it was $50,800. And then we have $131,200. But he doesn't quite have that. So we have this first tax bracket, which is taxed at 15%. We have the second tax bracket, which is at 18%. And then the rest of the money falls into the next tax bracket, which is taxed at 25%. So it goes 15 up to that number, 18 up to this number, and 25 up to this number. So how do we find how much he has to pay in taxes? Well, the first $13,000 is taxed at 15%. However much money would fit into this next bracket is taxed at 18%, and all of the leftover falls into the third tax bracket, which is at 25%. So how much money is going to be in the first tax bracket? Well, the first tax bracket is easy. It's 13,350. How much falls into the next tax bracket? So this is how much money fits in there. Well, how much is going to be in here? Well, it's between $50,800 and $13,350. So how much is that? If I come over to decimals, so $50,800 minus 13,350. So $37,450 will land in here. So this is how much money is going to be within the next tax bracket. And then the last one, so from $100,000 down to $50,800, is $49,200. And that's how much will fit in here. So this money is taxed at 15%. The next money, the next tax bracket will be taxed at 18%. And then the last tax bracket is taxed at 25%. So it's as if we've taken all $100,000 of taxable income and we sorted it into three piles. The first pile is all the money up to $13,350. The next pile would be the pile that would then go up to $50,000. And then the third pile is just whatever's left over, and that gets put into this third tax bracket. So how much tax will we have to pay? Well, it's 15% of this number. Let's see here. So 15% of 13,350 plus 18% of 37,450 plus 25% of $49,200. And this is something that we can easily do. If we want to find a percentage of a number, we turn that percentage into a decimal. So this is going to be 0.15. And the word of is going to be multiply. So 18% as a decimal is 0.18 times 37,450 plus, and then 25% as a decimal is going to be 0.25 times 49,200. And we'll have to plug this into decimals. So 15% times the 13,350 plus the next tax bracket is going to be 18%, which is 0.18 times how much fits into the next tax bracket, which is 37,450 plus the next tax bracket, which is going to be 25% or 0.25 times 49,200. We hit enter, and that is going to be $21,043.50. 21,400. Already forgotten. No, $43.50. So this is how much he would have to pay in taxes. But there's one final piece of information. He has a $500 tax credit. And tax credit means you get $500 off your taxes. So this is how much he would have to pay in taxes. But then finally, he gets the tax credit at the end. minus the $500 tax credit gives $20,543.50. And this is how much he would have to pay in taxes. Let's do one more example of this quite quickly. So Mary's the head of the household and has a taxable income of $150,000, and she has. Let's actually reduce this to $50,000. It'll be a little bit easier. Okay, so she has a taxable income of $50,000 and has a tax credit of $500. So again, what we want to do is break up her income into what fits in which tax bracket. So of her $50,000, the first $13,000 falls into the first tax bracket. The next tax bracket goes all the way up to $50,800. So all of it fits within the next tax bracket. So it only extends into two tax brackets. The first $13,350 falls into the first tax bracket. So that's going to be $13,500 times that 15%, which is 0.15. The next tax bracket, how much money is going to be in this tax bracket? Well, it extends all the way from $50,000 down to $13,050. So however much that is, that's how much is in this tax bracket. And we can take that times the tax rate, which is going to be 18% or 0.18. And this is going to be how much she owes in taxes. Again, the first $13,000 falls into the first tax bracket. The next, however much, falls into the next tax bracket. So again, this will be 0.15 times the first $13,350 plus the next tax bracket is going to be 18,000 times how much falls into that second tax bracket, which the second tax bracket extends from 50,000 down to 13,550. And if we hit enter, we see that she'll owe $8,599.50. But Mary, just like Paul, has a tax credit of $500. So we get to simply subtract that tax credit from the end to get $8,099.50. And this is how much she owes in taxes. Again, it is important to remember that it's not the exact tax bracket that your money falls into. Your money falls into different tax brackets. The first money you earn falls into the smallest tax bracket. Once you exceed that, the next money you earn goes into the next tax bracket. Once you exceed the second tax bracket, it goes into the third, and so on and so forth. And only the money that falls into each tax bracket will be taxed at that rate.